So, who invented geometry? Most people would probably answer Euclid. Others might say Pythagoras. But here's the surprise. Neither one invented geometry. Because geometry wasn't invented, it was discovered. Around 4,000 years ago, people began uncovering the patterns that had always existed and using them to solve everyday problems. Take ancient Egypt. Every year, the Nile River flooded its banks, erasing the boundaries between farms. Imagine walking outside one morning only to discover that the river had erased the line between your land and your neighbors. Whose field was whose? Without measurements, no one knew. So Egyptian surveyors stretched ropes across the land, measured distances, and restored the boundaries. They weren't trying to invent a new branch of mathematics. They were trying to settle an argument. In fact, the word geometry comes from Greek words meaning earth measurement, a perfect description of one of its earliest uses. At nearly the same time, the Babylonians were making incredible discoveries of their own. On small clay tablets, they solved problems involving triangles, angles, and areas. Here's something many people never learn. Babylonian mathematicians understood the relationship behind the Pythagorean theorem more than 1,000 years before Pythagoras was born. So what made the Greeks different? Earlier civilizations asked, how can we measure this? The Greeks asked, can we prove this will always be true? That simple question changed mathematics forever. Instead of relying only on observation, Greek mathematicians searched for logical proofs that worked every single time. That's where Pythagoras made his greatest contribution. He didn't invent geometry, and he probably wasn't the first person to discover the theorem named after him. Instead, he helped transform mathematics into a subject built on reasoning, logic, and proof. Then, around 300 BC, one mathematician accomplished something almost impossible. His name was Euclid. Imagine collecting centuries of mathematical discoveries from different civilizations and organizing them into one clear, logical system where every new idea builds on the one before it. That's exactly what Euclid did. His book, Elements, became the world's geometry textbook for more than 2,000 years. Few books in history have influenced education for so long. That's why Euclid is known as the father of geometry. So who really invented geometry? No one. Geometry was already there. Humans began discovering its patterns, giving them names, proving why they worked, and passing that knowledge from one generation to the next. Today, those same ideas help engineers design bridges that safely carry millions of people. Architects use geometry to create skyscrapers. Doctors use it to produce detailed medical images. Video game designers use it to build realistic 3D worlds. Your phone uses geometry to help determine your location through GPS. And NASA relies on geometry to guide spacecraft across millions of miles through space. The next time you draw a triangle in geometry class, remember, you're not just learning another math lesson. You're learning one of the oldest languages the universe has ever spoken. It was here before us. It is here today. And it will still be here long after we're gone.